involved in 1992. Bill Clinton got the White House. I couldn't believe that people were that stupid to vote for Bill Clinton over George Herbert Walker Bush. And I used to complain about it, like most of us complain, right? You know, you be honest with you, complain. Well, one of my good friends, Tony Dominic, who's the president of the Bay Pines Federal Credit Union, got sick and tired of me complaining. We're brother Knights of Columbus. We ran bingo. You want to hear about fighting? Run a bingo game. Half is too hot, half is too cold. That's confrontation, which really prepared me for what I'm doing now. But anyway, Tony Dominic goes, hey, he's from Connecticut, by the way. Hey, shut them in. Hey, get involved. Join the Republican Party. Join the REC. Yeah, all right, I'll join. My wife, he picked my wife Susan to join too. And we didn't like politics that much. It was backstabbing and good old boys and stuff. But we met a lot of great people. I mean, and the people involved in it were really great. So my wife liked it because what a bunch of great, nice people she met. And of course, the more you get sucked into it, the more you do, the more friends you make. And eventually up the ladder I went, helped out with events. I have a restaurant background, a finance background. So I used to do a lot of Lincoln Day dinners, do a lot of fundraising. So then somehow I get elected party chairman. And here I am, helping people get elected. But that's basically how a lot of people, you all have your own stories of why you're here today. I'm sure most of them, if not all of them, are very noble and you're doing it for the right reason. I'm in front of you today because, I'll be honest with you, after being chairman for 2 terms, and my main job was raising money and getting local people elected. After the 2 terms as chairman, I'm going, you know something, hon? I'm done. I'll be a state committee guy. You hide into the background, you go to some things, you don't let them do much. It's kind of like being a senator in reference to a governor. No, and I mean that because you can hide behind the group. When you're a state committeeman at the state party, you have 67 state committeemen, 67 state committee women. When you're a chairman, you're the CEO. So it's a lot harder being a governor or a president than it is being a senator. Because you're a senator, anybody know how many people are at the U.S. Senate staff? About 55. Wow. 55, because they have offices in D.C., in Washington, they have one, like Mel Martinez has one in Miami, one in the Tampa Bay area, one in Jacksonville, one in Tallahassee. So they have different office staff and they have floaters, but they got a lot of staff in Washington, plus people that do the committee staff. A governor has to run the whole state. So as a senator, it's a really good gig. As chairman, so I'm going to fade away. Then a funny thing happened. We get this Barack Hussein Obama in there. Again, how stupid can these people be? You know, there's an old joke that a congressman told me once. He said, you know, when you get elected to Congress, you look around and you go, my God, how did I get here? And then after about a month, you go, my God, how the hell did all these people get here? I mean, it is scary. So Obama's the president. And, you know, I'm like, no way, this can't be. I mean, McCain wasn't my favorite. I was a Giuliani guy, I'm Italian-American from New York. I mean, you know, a vowel at the end. You know, I was a Rudy guy. I don't go into every single issue, conservative, liberal, it doesn't matter. It's if you're a good American or not. And Barack Obama, in my humble opinion, without the Secret Service getting after me, I don't think it's very good for this country. So here we go. We got a president with a supermajority in the Senate, just about, with Arlen Specter, and we have a House of Representatives with, I believe, 42 margin right now. So we're going down the road to not, you know, Bush did some things that I didn't agree with, but my God in heaven, this guy's terrible. So now you're waiting for a spark. This young guy named Marco Rubio, who I've known for several years, goes, I'm going to run for the Senate. And people go, Marco, are you nuts? Martinez is going to drop out. And, you know, Charlie Crist is going to jump in because Charlie just goes for the next job, and that could be on camera because it's all over his face, so don't worry about it. He's just a job hopper. He's abandoned Florida. And I'm not giving opinion here, I'm just giving fact. The guy was a one-term attorney general, one-term governor, 1.5-term state senator, 1-term education commissioner. Anyway, now he's leaving Florida. Marco, why are you running? And he'll tell you, and obviously I'm not even in the class of speaker this guy is. Yeah, I love to listen to Marco and people like Adam Putnam. He goes, Because I have 4 kids, and these issues are Washington issues, and we have to stop this. Will you help me? Now remember, I was chairman of the Republican Party in Pinellas County. I gave Charlie Crist a $50,000 check from the party locally, which has never been done before. And everybody says, boy, if you're with Rubio, my God, the world's upside down. Well, it is upside down, because Charlie did leave us. So anyway, Marco's running for the right reason, so now I get sucked into it again. But I think for the right reason, and I think a lot of you folks, I give you a lot of credit, you're in it for the right reasons too. You have families, you have lives, hopefully you have jobs. I mean, I know it's not, that I own a pest control business, I kill things for a living. So I'll always work. The Lord's been good. He creates a lot of bugs, and I'm Italian, so it's naturally killing things not bad. Anyway. But that's the party structure, that's how I got here, and I know you have different stories of how you got here. The important thing is that you're here. One thing I am, people, are you a conservative? Are you right-wing wingnut conservatives taking over the world? No offense. They say never discuss politics and religion. Well, a reporter from the St. Pete Times does, a lefty does. You right-wing conservative religious zealots are killing the country. I looked at the guy that did it, Dinero. What, me? You talking to me? He goes, yeah, you. I said, I don't even go to church on Sunday. What are you talking about? You go, you go. I watch Sports Center. But and I'm not criticizing you, do what you want. It's freedom of religion. I believe it's a First Amendment thing. Well, him and me, it's direct, no wholesale. So I don't go wholesale. I go wholesale. I don't go retail. Anyway, so the Catholic Church doesn't get the 10% from me. Oh well. Bottom line of all this stuff is, I'm a very pragmatic person in politics. And right now, this country's in a crisis. Yesterday, thank God people are waking up. Thank God you're waking up. And the only threat we really have is ourselves. I'm not trying to recruit everybody here to be a Republican committee man. I'm not trying to recruit you to be a zealot Republican structural party. There's rumors, these teabaggers, these 912s are trying to take over the Republican Party. And I say, good. What, 9 principles and 12 values should be the Republican Party platform.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, I don't see anything in any of those that I disagree with. I mean, Marco Rubio signed the pledge. I'm happy to sign the pledge. I mean, that should be our platform. It's not forcing anyone to do anything. You must go to church on Sunday, or if you're Catholic, 4 p.m. Saturday's fine. But so a lot of social issues. I'm kind of almost a libertarian, but you have a lot of diverging values. But we're all Americans. We all know that spending money that we don't have and borrowing is wrong. We all realize that the government shouldn't tell us what to do. I don't want the government saying that my prime rib is bad for me. So I like prime rib. I have insurance. If I get a coronary, it's okay. Well, it's not okay, but I mean, the government tells me it's not okay. So anyway, we're all in agreement. The one danger is that I would implore everybody, pragmatically, you have 2 candidates, 3 candidates. One of them is going to be the United States Senator in the state. One of them is Kendrick Meek, the Democrat. Very liberal, not articulate.
Yes.
And the winner of, according to all the polls, the winner of the Republican primary will be the next United States Senator.
Yes.
If it's Charlie Crist, again, it's from the top down. The good old boys telling us what we want to hear, the people out of pasty old white guys, and, all this kind of stuff. You have to be a Republican to vote in the primary. I'm not going to ask anybody what party you are. It's a private thing, even though we can look you up. Big brothers always watch. But basically, either Republican will beat Kendrick Meek. And that's without this climate.
Yes.
With this uproar of climate of people that care and you're paying attention. Right now, in this room, I'm not going to quiz you, but I know you know who your congressmen are, you know who your senators are and everything. You go in that room, pick 10 people, I bet you $20 to $5 that you can't find me 3 out of 10 that know the 2 senators in the state.